Hey guys, so today I'm going to go over all of the new updates for this Animal Crossing Notion workspace. There's been a few changes since the last video I made, which is worth checking out if you haven't already and you're interested in this workspace. So the main changes I'm going to quickly just say are we've got a few additions to the villager database. Nothing's really changed around insects, fish, sea creatures, or fossils, or red. Or we've had a little bit of a change to the music. DIYs, we've had a big upgrade. We've added some new reactions. There's a whole new gyroids section. These two, the custom design codes and dream address, hasn't really changed. We've got a new Happy Home Paradise, which is special to this workspace in particular. We have a version of this without the Happy Home Paradise if you're not interested in the DLC. The guides are pretty much the same. The amiibo tracker is brand new. Well, it's not brand new, it's been around a while and I never said anything about it. That's new to this channel, but the amiibo tracker's been around a while. And we also have a changelog for future stuff, and I've also remade this Discord server that I had because I made one ages ago and then just didn't use it, and then I felt bad because some people had joined it, so then I deleted it, but I've made a new one again. There's a few people in that now, so feel free to join, ask questions. I'm happy to answer anything. So yeah. I'm going to quickly go over all the new things now, so let's just hop into the village database. So obviously we've got the new villagers. I'm trying to find pictures that are consistent, but for now we've just got the amiibo cards filling in for the new characters. So just briefly, if you've not seen this before, the villager database has everything you could ever want to know about the villagers. So name, obviously, you can see it on the screen. We have a relation to their favourite song, so that actually links to the KK slider music database. We have, so I've added in like checkboxes for different views here. So if the villager is a resident of your island, you would click this one. If they are a dreamy, which if you're like, what's a dreamy, that's just a villager that you want on your island. Maybe you go villager hunting in the hopes to find them, then you can tick them there. And then what you can do is, so let's say we want these guys on our island, we can then go to the Dreamies gallery and we can start to get a view of what our island would look like based on who we have selected. So that's kind of fun. That's like why I love Notion. It's so you can just make such specific and unique things. And then we have pictures here. Wow, we have a lot of pictures. So if you're not keen on the inconsistency of these photos that I have, you can always switch to the posters of the animals. And we also have their house exteriors, not for the 2.0 ones because I'm still sourcing photos for that, so bear with me. And then we'll come to this bit kind of in a bit, but we have some paradise planning stuff going on there, and that is unique to the Happy Home Paradise DLC version of this workspace, and so is this checkbox here. So cool, that's the villager database. Again, I'll probably come back to it in a sec because it links to some other stuff, but we have different views as you can see here and you can play around with them. And then we have this special characters section, so I've literally just made a little link that just takes me here, and this is just for non-villager characters in the game, just because I'm such a nerd for Animal Crossing. I just wanted to add little bits and bobs in, little fun bits of information. It also links to the amiibo tracker, so that's really handy if you have the cards or the figures. This is all interlinked. I think it's really cool. Okay, so Insects, fish, sea creatures, fossils, and artwork are all similar. No, are all exactly the same to previous videos that I've spoken about this on the channel. So if you want to go look in them, click on one of my old videos, even though they're really cringy. So the music database, we now have I love this artwork, by the way. We now have the new songs, so Chillwave, was another new song, Bashment. We've got all the songs going on. Table views, so I find that I'm using this view the most. So I'm not sure if I said this in my old videos, but we have the Villager Top 100. I think I did, to be honest. But this is just a fun little, a nerdy moment related to which songs are playing in the most villagers' homes. So if the song is playing in the villager home, it means it's their favourite song. So, well, based on this table anyway. So we just have that going on, and then we also have I'll come to it in a second. We'll come back to that. So next we have the DIYs and cooking. So I think this has changed quite a bit from my previous tours of this workspace. So we have DIYs, seasonal DIYs, fences, and also cooking. So DIYs are just ones that are, you know, you can get all year round regardless of the season, obviously. So I've categorized them based on the source of how you get them. So these ones are from villagers that you might get when they're like, when you go into their house and they're chopping on the on the DIY thing. I don't know what it's called, the workbench. These ones are from Celeste, so if you catch her at night, she might give you one of these. From Tom Nook. So these I think are, Tom Nook. I can't remember. I think that must just be a random thing at the start of the game. Oh wait, let's see, it might tell us. Oh yeah, this bit. 50% chance of being obtained during the main storyline. Cool. There's so much you can learn. These are from Pascal, so the mermaid stuff. From Nico. This is all, I believe this is Happy Home Paradise exclusive, but I think it's also in the other workspace, just for fun. From Capin bottles and Happy Home Paradise Island bottles. So, spoiler if you don't want to see them. Nook Miles ones. So I could go on all day showing all of these, but yeah, that's just like normal DIYs basically. Then we have seasonal DIYs. So based on obviously the different seasons. So summer, mushroom season, all the ones that are like time sensitive, because I find that these stress me out the most. And I'm just going to quickly show you. So that's like the different sets of the furniture, of the DIY, sorry. But if you go to the events section of this workspace, I have organised them by month. So let's say we are currently in November and we have a Northern Hemisphere island. These are currently all of the ones that you can get in November. So it might not be like from the 1st to the 30th or 31st, but I don't know. But it will be like sometime within, so it's just kind of helpful, I think. It's a bit like how the bugs and fish are organised, like, yeah, it's all there for you, and you can obviously have table view if you want, but I don't find the table view to be as useful, because I just want to take them off. But yeah, and then again we have the Southern Hemisphere, just because obviously that is an option. So yeah, the difference here in the summer, in this January is the summer for the Southern Hemisphere, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'll stop going on about that. Cool, and then I'll come to that in a bit. So back to DIYs, like I was saying, so we have all of the seasonal ones, and then we have all the fences here, so there are more fences now. I've just put them in DIYs because they are DIYs, so It's just easier to track them that way. And then we have cooking, which I think is really fun. So there's a few ways I've organised these, from ones you get from villagers, from special characters, from catching fish, recipe packs, seasonal ones, savoury and sweet, which is just them organised for some reason. I just thought that might be quite handy because it was info that popped up when I was making this. So yeah, super fun, and I think that'll be really handy, this cooking table. So it's annoying to keep scrolling. So I've made these little links. It does take you to like a new section, so it like opens it as a new, like almost like a new tab, but you can just get back to it by clicking through here. So there we go. That's the DIYs and cooking. That's really exciting. So reactions, nothing really new, just obviously the new ones have been added in, and these operate in a similar way where you can filter by how you can receive them. Gyroids, I'm super excited to get all the gyroids. So here they're kind of organised by type, and then the colour of them comes first, but like it's in alphabetical order, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's basically, this is similar to the fossils. It's literally just there to keep track of which ones you've got and which ones you need. There's not a lot of info. I think there's like one special gyroid, and I won't spoil it in case you don't want a spoiler. But yeah, throwback to New Leaf with these photos. I'm just too nerdy, I had to do it. Okay, then we have Paradise Planning. So this is if you have the DLC. Obviously you can get it even if you don't, but you know, would be to use alongside the DLC. So it's basically a big table just showing what each villager wants, and then the song that would be in their room. It's actually slightly different to their favourite song, so I just thought I'd include it anyway. And then the furniture that would appear in that request, and then obviously just a nice little picture to show you who the villager is. So I think that's just handy because you can just quickly see who wants what and what you might make depending on who you see on your beach or who you want to invite. So I just think that's fun. And I've also added this checkbox here for client. So I'm really I'm really lame, and I like to keep track of who I've had. So I would click. I've even made a special column in my personal one with a date field so that I can keep track of who I did first. So it's just so nerdy, but I think it's fun. But yeah, just clients. I mean, I don't know if that's something you'd want, but I just added it in because I do what I want. I add what I want to add in. And then we've got events. That's kind of the next thing that changed. So obviously I showed you the seasonal DIYs by month. Actually, I think I've already shown this in the previous videos, but yeah, these are just the materials and stuff. And obviously we have the event lists, but yeah, is what it is. I've added the new shrubs that appear in the 2.0 update, so that's something new for shrubs. Flowers is the same. Achievements, I've added the new Nook Miles achievements in. Relocating buildings is the same, although I might add a little bit to this depending on how I feel when I get a bit further on with the DLC, because I believe there's some more it might be a construction kind of thing, but there might be some more options going on there. I have photos for all of the new exteriors, but I'm just waiting for names to be put with them, because I can't just add them in without a name. I suppose I could, but it might be a bit chaotic. But there might be some 2.0 exteriors coming to this database soon. But yeah, that's that. And then the newest thing that I haven't shown on this channel is the amiibo tracker. So I think this is super fun, and I have the amiibos myself, so this is just hoarding vibes. So we have the amiibo tracker. I don't know how to explain it other than it is what it is. So we have all the available amiibos that you can collect. table filtered by series. So say you've only bought series 1, you might just want to look at them. Or with the photo, they have relations to the actual character and obviously the villagers, so you can see which pack you need to buy if you want a specific villager, if that makes sense. So we also have the series 5 ones now, which was newer obviously because I had to add them in, so I really want to show up. So yeah, and then we also have Sanrio Welcome Amiibo promotional ones. So these are like slightly rare, these are not as rare, but I have these. And then we have the figures, so that's pretty cool. And then for some reason I just made a little special characters one, so if you just wanted to, like, if you weren't bothered about villagers, I don't really know why, but it's there if you want it. And then we have an owned one, which obviously will be empty because this is like fresh for when you download it. So yeah, that's the amiibo tracker. And then we have this little table here that kind of is a bit nerdy, like if you want to see your like percent complete, you can have a look at that and see where you're lacking in your amiibo completion. And yeah, and that's kind of it for everything new. Again, if you want to see each database in depth, feel free to look through past videos, probably the most recent Animal Crossing one, because the first one won't be very useful. It's changed a lot since then. And then I'll just show you this Notion Crossing changelog. So I just made this so that whenever I make a change, I'll add it into this changelog, and then this will update with your database, whereas like when I make a change, it won't change on your specific duplicated version, because that's like an archived version in a way, because it was duplicated at a specific time when it wasn't updated, if that makes sense. So it's not, I don't know if that makes any sense, but essentially once you duplicate it, it becomes your own. So any changes made by you will obviously only stick to you, and any changes made on the version that is linked to the Gumroad, that won't update yours, if that makes sense. So I made this little changelog that is dynamic, and you can see kind of what change it. So say you're like, oh, I actually really want the correct gyroid pictures, then you might be like, right, I'll reduplicate my version. And I made a video on how to easily transfer your own data over. So for example, let's say you have like really intricate like villagers thing going on, you like got all your dreamies listed, and it would be such a pain to just like go through it all again and like click them all. So I've got a video showing like a really quick way you can just do that, based on like literally just copying checkboxes. Like literally I'll just drag, copy, and then paste into like, because I duplicate this so many times whenever I make an update, so I have to do that a lot myself. So I know it's a pain, but obviously if you want an updated version, it's the only way around it that I can think of that is like the least amount of hassle for everyone involved. So yeah, that is the new version of my Animal Crossing Notion. So yeah, if you didn't want the Happy Home Paradise, it would just look like this, and it's got everything else in it except for the Happy Home Paradise section. And then there also is a villager database just on its own. So this is the villager one, and it's just the villager database that you've got here. So say you only bothered about like doing villager stuff like villager hunting. So yeah, and I'll just quickly show, this is my University Hub if you're a student and you're interested in keeping your life together. This is what I used, and it really helped me. So, and I made it, and this is also available on my Gumroad. So do check it out if you are a student and you want, yeah, or just like check out my video going through it all. It's super easy to use, and it has some good ratings on Gumroad, so I recommend checking it out if you're a student. Anyway, let me stop rambling. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like I say, join my Discord, email me, tweet me, anything, any questions. I'm really happy to help. There might be a slight delay, but I'm doing my best. So yeah, thank you for watching and I hope you've enjoyed.